All right, all you wonderful candidates, time to run through a multiple choice question. We've got some passive activity losses and loss limitations. Starting off, we've got the Jacksons, who file a joint return, and they actively participate in a solely owned rental real estate activity that produces a $30,000 loss during the current year. Everything we're reading here, this is screaming mom and pop exception. So just if that's what you was on your mind, please pat yourself on the back. And if not, no worries, you will get it. But this is very much actively participate, solely own. This is mom and pop. It's not like we're dealing with a massive real estate holding company. This is just a simple mom and pop. Now their AGI was 120,000, and why is that important? Well, we will see. Before considering the rental activity, how much of the rental loss, if any, are they entitled to deduct? Now, when it comes to mom and pop, we know that the max they can deduct is 25,000. So as such, we can cross off letter D. That's a distractor. We are not going to be able to deduct the full amount of the 30,000 in this year. Now, what can we deduct? The maximum is 25,000. So if you're thinking 25,000, okay, yeah. But why did I underline AGI? Well, that's an important factor because for every dollar over AGI of $100,000, we reduce the deductible amount by half. So what does that mean? That means we have $20,000 over $100,000. We have to reduce the loss amount by half of this. So we have 20,000. 20,000 divided by 2 is $10,000. And while maximum we could have done is 25,000, we are going to reduce that 25,000 by our $10,000, leaving us with a final answer of $15,000. That's how we do it. That's how we tackle a mom and pop rule. That is a question you could likely see on the exam. Make sure you know it, and you'll be good to go. We've got a question now about allocating suspended losses to different business activities. Let's see, we've got Dietz, who is a passive investor in 3 activities which have been profitable in previous years. The profit and losses for the current year are as follows. We've got activities X, Y, and Z. We've got a loss, and then a gain, and a total for 60,000. We see we've got a total loss here of 80, and we've got a gain of 20. So that leaves us with a total net loss of 60. What amount of suspended loss should Dietz allocate to activity X? Well, that is a great question. Now we see here that passive activity losses, these are generally only deductible against passive activity income. And well, we see that these are all passive activities. They tell us in the question, if there's a net passive loss and multiple loss activities, the suspended net passive loss must be allocated to loss activities in proportion to the amount of loss generated by each activity. Now, since X and Y were the only ones that generated losses, we have to focus in on those. They generated a total of 80,000 of passive losses. And how are we going to allocate this 60,000 suspended loss? We're going to say, and it's specifically asking for activity X, we're saying activity X had 30 of losses. 30 of losses out of what is the total losses? We see the total losses would be 80,000, because again, that's the 30 plus the 50. So we say 30 divided by 80, that's going to give us 0.375 or 37.5%. And then we're going to multiply that by 60 because we're allocating the total net loss to each activity. I'm going to say 0.375 times 60,000 of that total net loss. And that is going to get us to our final answer, $22,500. Another great question down in the books. Hope y'all are enjoying these questions. Hope they're benefiting you, and keep practicing. It's just one after another. You got to have your long-term goals, but also short-term goals. Do not overwhelm yourself. You will get through all of this. I promise you. Just take it one day at a time. I'll see you all in the next one. Hey there. Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material. We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.